Hello, everyone. This is Scratch and Jack, your hosts for the Amazing Plastic Across the Pond show. We're a bunch of modelers of all shapes and sizes, interests, genre levels, skill levels, whatever else you want to talk about, who do talk about scale modeling, are joining us today, members of Amazing Plastic as well as the followers of Amazing Plastic. That's the Amazing Plastic Google Plus community of scale modelers. Let's start, let's start just randomly. How you doing, Liam?
I'm great, Jack. Thank you. As always, enjoy seeing you all on a Saturday afternoon, morning, evening, depending on where you are in the world.
Whatever.
Continuing on this challenge of the I'm cheating a bit by not doing the Mad Max build first, by doing the ordinary build of the Beetle.
Of the Beetle.
So I'm progressing slowly, but it's such a nice kit. It's a 2013 vintage, and you can tell it just falls together with the moldings and so on. Hold on. So she'll end up being yay size.
Oh wow!
So it's a nice size. So base is done, engine's in, on the wheels. I have to do the interior. The interior as well. It's just the amount of detail on it's just amazing.
Yeah.
It's a little cheap kit, only a £13 kit, so can recommend it.
13-pound kits.
Yeah, so that's why I went and bought another one. So I have two of them. So I'll finish this one first as a straight build, and then I'll start onto the Mad Max version.
Well, I'm very pleased that you had posted some pictures of it. Here we go.
Had a lot done since then, but yeah.
Yeah, this is actually pretty cool. Let's do a little zoom in on this. Oh, that was pretty tight. There we go.
That's a nice little legend.
Yeah.
You got to leave a little chafing here too. I like that. If you can like chafing.
It's more likely to be cack-handedness would be the right term.
If I remember correctly, sorry for the interruption there.
It's okay.
But if I remember correctly, the VWs had a Porsche engine in it. I'm not quite sure. Don't quote me on that. Or was it the other way around? The Porsches had the Beetle engines in them. I'm not quite sure.
Was it not? There was was it, you're not thinking of the oh sugar, what's the name of the
The Carmen Ghia?
Yeah, Carmen Ghia. I think it had the Porsche.
That had the Porsche engine in it.
Yeah.
I knew it was in the right. I knew it was in the right ballpark. I just didn't know which car it was.
And my father used to have one of these. He used to hire a car every summer for us to go on sort of trips, and I'm just remembering the space that was here.
Yeah.
Between the back seat and the engine was where I sat, because I was small enough at that stage.
My brother my oldest brother is 14 years my elder, and when I was like, he got married when I was 8 years old. So when I was about 4 or 5 years old, he had bought one, and he showed me it was actually pretty amusing. He showed me the original contract to buy it, the loan contract. The note, that we call it the car note, and he bought it for like about $1,200, and his payments were like $30. I'm thinking today, because my car payment is actually very low, being at $150, and it's a used car no less. But I remember sitting in the back seat and feeling the rumble of that engine.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a beautiful. I'll tell you what, they're a beautiful car to drive, those V-Dubs. Beautiful car to ride in, beautiful car to drive too.
Yeah, the Beetle was a pretty innovative car for its time, I would think.
That one's the 1968 one, which had a 12-volt battery system. The one previous to that was a 6-volt battery system, and the two headlights were like candles.
Yeah.
I can't see a thing.
Yeah, that's a new one for Elton John's song, "Candle in the Wind," for sure. How you doing, Heath? Tell us, what are you up to?
I'm very well, thank you. I'm very good. I've been, let's see.
Growing up here.
I've been everywhere, man. I've been here, I've been there, I've been everywhere. I haven't actually. I have been doing some work. I've believe it or not, I dragged out an old goody model.
Mm-hmm.
I had to redo my Williams F1 car, but look what I did. Does that not look like it's been hit by roads? Like,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
like that?
Yeah.
I had to redo my engine because when I opened it up, it was okay. Everything was fine. And then it was just like I was just looking at it. I was just looking at it, and then 1 minute that the cylinder came off and the back springs came off, and I went, oh crap.
I can't imagine you saying that.
Well, I'm not going to actually say what I said because I don't want to cop a fine from the Google monkeys.
You must have telekinetic powers, Heath. You just looked at it and the parts started falling off. So.
Oh, you got room service.
Yes, it's amazing what you have when you have a wife that comes in behind you and offers you a coffee.
Well, she is special. She is special to us anyway because she keeps you running.
Well, actually, she keeps me running full non-stop. Okay, I've got actually to be quite honest, I've got 2 girls to keep me running. My daughter and my wife. So,
Lucky you.
really? Lucky? Really?
Really?
I know. Really?
All right.
What's that time already?
Moving along. How you doing, Lou?
I'm doing wonderful today. Good to be back. I missed you guys. I was
Me too. How was Wonderfest?
You're welcome.
I was looking forward to being here a couple weeks ago to extol the wonders of Wonderfest, and I was called home for a sad duty. My sister passed away, so I missed that. But I did watch y'all last week. I just couldn't chime in because of my connection. But good to be back. Good to be back modeling. It's good therapy. I would love to talk about Wonderfest. Anybody who has any questions, please just shoot them out.
How was it?
It was great for me. I got 4 merits, 2 bronzes, and a silver.
Oh, nice.
Good on.
Nice.
The shotgun effect works. If you enter enough things, chances are something will win.
How did your Terminator Enterprise go? Your Enter Prime go, Luke?
I got a bronze for that.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah, I thought it turned out pretty damn well.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I do have one question, Luke.
Uh-huh.
Does it actually transform into the Enterprise?
No, I'm not that good.
Awesome. So, who was there? I mean, just spit out some vendors. Who was there?
Well, Federation was there. Cult was there. Starship Modeler is there.
Round 2.
Wada airbrushes were there. The people that make epoxy sculpt were there.
Round 2.
Jimmy Flintstone is always there.
Round
Hunk
2.
of Junk Productions was there. Round 2 was there.
Oh, wow.
Dave was there from Mobius, but they didn't have an official booth.
Nice.
Pretty much the usual suspects.
The usual suspects.
Yeah.
Excellent. And Louisville, Kentucky, huh?
Louisville, Kentucky. I had a wonderful compliment from Greg Nicotero.
Uh-huh.
He came up to the Cult Suite when we were watching cheesy movies, and he complimented me on my movie choice. So that was good.
It's sort of like what I read this morning on Wikipedia about William Shatner. He's like, he found it illogical that people will pay money to talk about a show that's been canceled.
Well, everybody has different interests.
That's right.
I wouldn't pay money to talk about his horses, but
Well, my point is, though, he used the word illogical. That's the thing.
Well, I think he knows which side his bread is buttered on.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Yep. That's true.
Of course. So what are you working on right now that you're back and?
Well, let me see. On the table.
Had it to us.
I still have the Barbarella kit, not quite finished yet.
Oh.
Oh, wow. That is so cool.
That is the pinkest model I've ever painted.
I hope.
And
There's nothing wrong with pink. There's nothing wrong with pink. Pink is a great color.
Yep. And this is the Narfel the Garthok from the Coneheads movie. That is
Oh.
a huge beast of a kit.
Who made the kit?
Oh Lord, it's let me see. It's got a copyright notice on it, but it's been out of production for years and years and years. And a friend of mine here in Raleigh had one, wanted to know if I would take it off his hands. I said, yes, please.
I suppose it is the Pope of Catholic.
Here's the totem that comes with it. I thought was neat.
Oh, that's. Yep, that's a Conehead, all right.
Yep. But that, and let's see. Yeah, here's the head.
Oh my God! Oh, that's ugly. That is ugly.
Oh, wow.
That is an ugly creature.
But he's like the half cousin of the Ranker.
You know, you can say that.
Yeah, it was a stop motion character in the movie. So that's what I'm getting back into it with.
Where do
Excellent.
people get photo gifts from?
Thanks. How you doing, Phil? I haven't seen you forever. Oh, there you go. You sound good. We can't hear you.
No, we can't hear a damn thing.
Nope.
No, can't
You
hear
know
a
that
thing.
language? Other than the bird? Why don't you screen share something? And then we can make fun of you because we can't hear you.
Do it in
know
black
what?
and white so it looks like a silent movie.
He's gone. He's up. Oh.
We offended him. So let's move over to James. How you doing, James?
I'm doing fine there, Jack.
I see you're in the dark still. I'm sorry that you're not.
I know.
I can hear you, but hey, I got pictures that you got posted on the Amazing Plastic community.
Yes.
There she is.
Doing an aerial of your Bismarck.
She's pretty much done. I got a little bit of tweaking to do because the flags were all put on there the other day. So a little bit of tweaking to do, and this part of the build will be done.
Wow.
James, I've said it every time I say it every time I see you, and every time I see that shit.
Yeah.
That is beautiful. That is a beautiful shit. That is.
Thank you.
That you've really. I'll tell you what. You've outdone yourself this time, James. You
It's
really
been
have.
It's been a lot. It's been a lot of fun to build too.
Look at that.
You don't even get that much detail in the platinum styrene kit.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting flags there, mister.
Yeah.
The Canadian government is letting you do that, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
As I was making a little ruckus on the, I like a little controversy, but with the General Lee model kit, they're no longer going to be issuing the model with the decals. That would be, oh, I don't know, issuing a Nazi battleship without its flags.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense. So, what do you guys on the other outside of the United States think about this latest controversy about what the Confederate battle flag is doing here? Being politically correct.
Well,
I
I feel personally, from my point of view, I feel it shouldn't be buried. Does it belong on the front yard of a state legislature? No. But I think it shouldn't be like erased from everything. I think that's just plain silly.
No. Well, from my point of view, I think the way I see it is this: it was on the car way before it was a flag in history. I don't see why.
Mind you, that is a part of history that is likened to Nazi Germany.
Not sure.
Any reminder of that is painful.
Can anyone hear me now?
Yes,
Yes!
you can. You're here.
Oh,
Yes!
cool.
All I
We
can
can
say
hear you.
is, Jack, all I can say is, bunch of amateurs, you know nothing about flags. We know everything about flags over here. It's this flag and the other flag. So someone will stick up a Union Jack, someone will put up a tricolor.
Yeah.
So then to outdo them, then they have to put up, well, who can we support? So the Republicans put up the Palestinian flag, which you see flying in Republican areas. And then the Protestants say, oh, we have to do something about that. We've got a Union Jack, but they've got a Palestinian flag. I know. We put up an Israeli flag. So you drive through Belfast, you've got Union Jacks, Northern Ireland flags, Palestinian flags, Israeli flags, and everyone's completely confused.
My point in bringing it up is, and what you guys are telling me, somebody from Germany can chime in. It's sort of like building a model that's a World War II. Name one. Name a German plane. Messerschmitt?
Any of the Messerschmitts or the Focke-Wulf, whichever. Yeah.
Messerschmitt without the appropriate decals. This is the point I'm making when it comes to modeling, is that when you buy a model, you expect the decals to be there, don't you?
Yep.
It's a ridiculous knee-jerk reaction by bloody liberals. And
there's a very good German magazine which is something along the lines of classic aircraft. And so they put all these different pictures up of World War II, British, American, German aircraft. Every single picture they have from 1943 or whatever that may have a swastika on the aircraft, what they do is they airbrush out the center of the swastika. So it looks like some strange decal with the center missing. And they have to do that with every single photograph. It's like
the round dots are reserved for the British airplanes as targets, just like the
Yes.
That's what they're trying to do to the Nazi flag, is to make it a target. Okay.
But going back, I mean, if you think about it this way, that flag was on top of the car for nearly 30 years, and no one made no bio leave until now.
Yep.
So
Heath, I'm going to call you out on that. There was a horrible remake Dukes of Hazzard movie that was done. A couple of them that were done a few years ago.
I choose to disregard that movie.
Did anyone see that? One with Jessica Simpson in it?
Yeah.
There was a scene where they're driving the General Lee through Atlanta, and some college students call them out for having the Confederate flag on the roof.
Oh, well,
I thought it was pretty. It was a lighthearted film, but it was a pretty edgy bit for them to have injected that. But at least they acknowledged it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but they didn't. But back in the 70s, no one Flamin gave, a bio leave. It was there. It was on the top. If you saw the General Lee, that's what you saw on top of the General Lee.
Right.
From the model kits to the toys to everything.
Well, I may surprise you here. I'm a dyed-in-the-wool liberal from way back, and I got no problem with the flag on top of the General Lee because it's not flying over a state house.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
You can put that on your front porch. You can wear it on your shirt. You can tattoo it on your arm. I don't care. It's not state sanctioned, and it shouldn't be over a state building.
Yeah.
That's my opinion on it.
Actually, to refute that, I think in South Carolina it was state sanctioned, and I think that's the problem.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It shouldn't be state sanctioned, and it shouldn't be flying over an official building.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I would certainly agree with that. I would certainly agree with that. And I certainly have a very strong conservative leaning. I'm very much of a social liberal, but when it comes to stuff like this, and free speech matters, and I do believe this is a free speech matter.
Yeah.
You're right. The state shouldn't condone or support any kind of some kind of social, whatever it might be. I don't think, and I agree with you. I don't think it should be on government property. It is not state sanctioned. But at the same time, I don't believe the decals should be pulled from the kit.
No, I don't either.
I don't think so either.
So round two. So this is a message to round two. You be damned.
Yep.
I think it's a in that respect. I mean, really, I saw a picture the other day. I saw a picture the other day that made me chuckle, and it was a picture of a white flag, and it said this was the only Southern flag that mattered.
We surrender.
That's my. I don't have a dog in this fight, but I respect the people who do have a dog in the fight.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Look, there we go. Yeah, that's a good one. Oh, thank you. Let's bring down the up the flags. Up the
Yes, the United States Supreme Court did change the definition of marriage. They made a privilege into a right. That's what they did. So there you go.
That's another good thing. I'm almost proud of my government this week.
Yeah.
Well, to me, I'm just going to say one thing. I'm nothing but happy for the people in America. And I'm not supposed to get political here, but the thing is, the rest of the world is letting the gays have marriage rights, and it's about time that the land down under decided to do exactly the same thing.
They'll get to it. But keep in mind that Ireland had approved it by referendum, which tells you a Catholic country can do it, we can do it.
Not in Northern Ireland. Whoa, we've got flags.
I'm talking about the ones down south from you. I'm talking they got it by referendum.
Well, I'll tell you what. Okay, let's go back.
Enough of that. That's not about scale modeling. That's all that stuff. I'm just saying that when it comes to the sanctity of model kits, don't pull the decals. I protest.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
As a historical document, it's fine. I mean, it's a muscle car. It's not going to change the world.
I mean, let's go the other way with this, and let's say, all right, guys, if you're going to do this, you've got to be fair across the board. So pull every military decal, right? Everything that represents a flag or a country off every model you've got, and let's see how your sales go.
And they will plummet.
Bill, let me put a wrinkle in that. Let me say, okay, it's fine to put it in a historical vehicle, a military vehicle, but not a Volkswagen, not the general. It's okay in its historical context on the side of a plane or on the side of a boat or on the side of a tank, but it's not okay if you do it on the side of a Chevy.
Why? What's the difference?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
No, I wouldn't make the distinction.
I'm trying to play devil's advocate here.
I understand, but
I'm thinking what you're saying that when it comes to military, that's the military. You're talking about the General Lee, which is a part of our entertainment culture. Entertainment culture is not nearly as important as the military is.
Okay.
It is part of the historical record.
It is. And there is a lot of people driving a lot of vehicles down south still carrying the Confederate flag. Damn it, my brother owned an orange car that had a Confederate flag painted on the roof.
Right.
So,
that's in Oz. That's in Australia.
Even though we were playing the devil's advocate,
but it doesn't mean anything in Australia, though. That's the thing.
No, that's the thing. As I said before, the only other flag that we had was the Eureka Stockade flag, and that was the star at the top with the bars going 2 stars, which made the long horizontal, and then we had the 2 stars, which made the long cross, and that's as close as we got to a Confederate flag, because that, in historical terms, the Eureka Stockade is what the protests were back in the 1800s. For like the Labor Day, that's what Labor Day is all about over here.
Yeah, well, to just clarify that, the Eureka Stockade was a very small area just outside the town of Ballarat. It was not a federation of states and territories like the Confederacy was. You know, the Confederate flag doesn't stand for anything bad, for Pete's sake. No. There were slave owners in the north fighting for the north. There were non-slave owners in the south fighting for the south. Why do we have to say that flag has anything to do with, oh, it's slavery. It was their flag for those territories at that time.
But keep in mind, too, that the flag that they're talking about is the battle flag, and General Lee, the real General Lee, used that flag to denote for his troops what side they're on, because the Confederate flag is very similar to Old Glory, or what we call the Stars and Spangled, Stars and
Spangled.
Yeah, whatever. I'm from America. What do I know? But my point is that when I read about it, the St. Andrew's Cross is on the Confederate battle flag, whereas there are some interpretations of Southern flags with the British cross. But my point in all of this is does the model companies have well, they want to be politically correct. They don't want to offend anybody. Well, if you've looked at a General Lee model kit as of late, they picture the car without showing the roof.
Correct.
But don't pull the damn decals. That's my point.
Yep.
Well, I don't think. Okay, to my point, to go on that line of thought, Jack, I've got as I said before, I've got my 116 General Lee over there. And that came with the Confederate flag. And I'm just going to say one thing. Damn be hell if I'm not going to put that flaming flag where it belongs, on top of the flaming General Lee.
But that's part of entertainment history. That's a part of entertainment culture, but that seems to be not trumping the military vehicles, as you say, Phil. Yeah, pull every single decal from the model kits, and everybody will be politically correct, and nobody will be offended. Everybody will be safe and cushy. Blah blah.
But the car will lose.
If you want to burn the rainbow flag, if you want to wipe your ass with it, I'm not going to be offended. I just know where you stand. That's all.
That's why I'm saying, for personal use, I'm all for it. It helps identify the people I don't want to talk to.
Yeah. Also, that wasn't necessarily Round 2's decision to do it. Warner Brothers was the one that pulled their arms on that.
That's true. If they change their licensing, then Round 2 has no choice.
Yeah.
But then again, that's like saying, if you remove the Confederate flag from the General Lee, right, that's like saying, oh, if they're going to do that with the General Lee, you might as well take away the Enterprise decal.
No, because that wasn't the symbol of a failed. That wasn't the symbol of a failed uprising.
I'm just I'm just saying for arguments.
I know, but they're two very different things. One is a hot button, and one is not.
Yeah.
Okay. Just as I just want you guys to be prepared for something. Phil is Australian. He lives in New York. He had immigrated, and Lou is from North Carolina, I believe. Am I right?
Well, I'm from Pennsylvania, but I'm living in North
Pennsylvania, but you're living in North Carolina, and in fact, really close to where I live. And of course, Liam is from Northern Ireland. James from Canada, and that would be Toronto, the Ontario. And of course, Heath from Adelaide in South Australia. So I'm going to be inviting a gentleman that we all know and love, and I haven't seen him in a long time. I think he's from. Well, he's going to tell me where he's from. I think he's from Liverpool. I could be wrong. From the UK. Here's Danny. Hi, Danny. Come on in. Danny, are you there?
Hello, Danny.
Hello, Danny.
Oh, Danny boy. Jack is calling.
Danny boy.
The pipes are calling you.
Danny, where are you?
I'll come you back when drafted in your meadow.
So trouble I was.
At one time I said his last name. I said Monaghan.
Oh, man.
Hi, Danny.
Hey!
Hi, Danny.
Stranger.
So,
hey guys.
I know you have. I'm glad you're with us. I thank you for joining us. I'm glad to see you. Glad that you see you're alive and well.
Mm-hmm.
I hope.
Yes,
you've been viewing us on this little controversy about pulling decals from the General Lee.
Yes, I've been watching all of you from the website and whatnot, and watching you on YouTube and stuff, and supporting you guys. Sorry I haven't been around. Been kind of busy with my new job and whatnot. So, but I have been building some models. I've actually been building some models of some controversy of my own. I've been building some Japanese aircraft from World War II, and they are actually missing certain decals as well. Most notably, I've got a captured Japanese Zero model kit, which was captured by the Americans, and it is missing the American stars and stripes, but it has the Japanese decals. Go freaking figure. But when it concerns the Confederate flag, I'm going to throw my 2 cents in here, and Liam will probably agree or disagree with me on this, but it's the same thing as what we had in England with the whole St. George's Cross versus the Union Jack versus, there are so many parts in England that wanted to have their own flag to represent England. It got to the point where we literally just opened up an MS paint shop and dragged and dropped every bloody flag in there and just squished it together into one flag. Hence the Union Jack. It's only missing the Welsh dragon.
That little corner in the upper right-hand corner represents me.
Which flag was in the canton?
I couldn't tell you, mate. But my personally, I mean, I left Blighty ages ago, and frankly, I wouldn't miss if it fell into the ocean, to tell you the truth. But point is, I live in a state that does do Civil War reenactments. And
in Utah? Yes. No kidding. Utah
Yes.
wasn't even existent at that time.
I know. Go figure. It's because a lot of the Southerners who wanted to avoid, war crimes and stuff, they buggered off elsewhere.
Hang out with the Mormons, I see. Okay.
Yeah, and some of them actually ended up here in Utah. Well, long story short, they do the battle reenactments and they fly the Confederate flag and whatnot, and they do a brief history about the Confederate flag. The Confederate flag itself was actually a military flag, not a nationality flag.
That is right.
Therefore, in theory, it's like the swastika. At
That's
one
right.
point, the swastika was actually the nationality for the Third Reich. They
Right.
flew it above their buildings. That's what made it that country's flag.
Can I interrupt on that one? It's the Iron Cross. That's the military symbol. It's the
Yes.
black cross. It looks like a little plus sign. It's black.
Yeah.
That is the military insignia. And
Yes.
what you're saying is that the cross, the St. Andrew's cross on the military, I should say, the Confederate battle flag is a military flag and not of the South.
Yes, and
Yeah.
there's even certain tank regiments still to this day in the U.S. Army that have the Confederate flag as part of their battle flags.
Uh-huh.
And,
Yeah, a couple of cavalry units. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they have never been asked to remove it. They've never had any issues whatsoever. General Petraeus, the last general who was in over in Iraq,
Right.
he has one right on his shoulder
Uh-huh.
in every press conference. He doesn't hide the fact that he even admits that he's from a southern state.
So
You know?
you're saying to me that flags don't kill people. It's the ideology that people believe in.
Exactly. It's like saying horrible words, and I'm going to say some horrible words here, and I don't mean them in any way, but like saying fag, a nigger, stuff like that. The moment you give a word power, it now has power over you.
I agree. I agree because I have been called I can't even say it in public, but privately I do say the F word because I have the right to use it and I know how to use it correctly.
Yes, like I'm going to put another fag on the fire.
Right.
It's a derogatory term for wood, but
Right.
it's just
Or-
my niece Charlotte. She recently came out back in England. She recently came out as being lesbian, and her father kicked her out of her house.
Oh,
Literally
charming.
completely disowned her and everything.
I thought that sort of
lost-
behaviour was
has lost.
wrong.
And I'm not so close-minded. I grew up with homosexual aunts and uncles. I mean, I was 8 years old at Christmas, and I asked my uncle why does he like wearing dresses, and he just giggled and said, "That's me." I'm like, all right, cool, fair enough. Whatever floats your boat.
Yeah.
I like the question. I like the question. Who's the wife? Who's the husband? I'm like, good question. I don't know.
Exactly, it doesn't matter. And I'm openly proud to say that I am glad that everyone in this country, the United States of America, now has equal freaking rights, as it should be, as it always should have been the moment the Constitution was founded.
Well, I saw a picture of the White House washed in the rainbow flag. Oh, right, lights. And I kind of feel like I should do a Lego replica of the White House with Lego.
You should, Jack, you should. But no, like I said,
But when it comes to modeling, though, I think this is a very important thing because, as I said in the past on shows, modeling teaches us something about history when it comes to military or even just a car model about what cars were like back in the 50s and 60s and even beyond.
Mm-hmm.
And it teaches us something. And I think that model building does not exist in a vacuum. And I think that model building has to incorporate everything that's as accurate as it can be historically. Don't you agree?
Yes, I do. I do. Like I was telling you in the message, even if round 2 does pull the decal from the car,
they've already
there's
done
going to be aftermarket companies that are gladly going to sell it to you. You know,
Totally.
I mean, Lou himself would admit this. I mean, why do you think they don't sell you any of the Aztecs in the kits for Federation models?
Too expensive.
I honestly think Lou secretly runs into their warehouse and steals them all.
Lou is right. It would make the model kit expensive and less marketable.
I'll tell you something, though. If someone asked me to do a Confederate flag template for their General Lee, I'd say no.
Really?
Again,
that's your prerogative.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's your prerogative and whatnot, but like I said, you can easily get decal paper from Michaels, you can easily get software and print your own.
Yeah.
But like I said, I understand that there's a fine line between politics and what are quote-unquote politically correct, quote-unquote, which I just believe is a pansy's way of saying weirdo, and being honest, okay? I will literally tell you where the bear shits in the woods and how many pieces of corner in his crap. That's just me. That's how I was raised. I was raised.
By the way, Danny, I really like the word pansy. I think that's pretty cool.
You're welcome. You're welcome, buddy. But no, I was raised. My dad raised me right. He said, "Don't say if it ain't true. You know, don't take it if it ain't yours." You know what I mean? He raised me right. And when it comes to them removing the decal from the kit, it's just going to drum up the prices for the aftermarket kits. It's just going to drum up the prices for the kits that still have it in there. It's going to become one of those lucrative collectors. You know what I mean? Still shrink wrapped and stuff. You know?
I think it's an overreaction. I agree with you. I think it's. I don't have any problem with there being a flag in the decal in the box for the General Lee.
Yeah.
Because when the show was on television, that was then.
Yes.
And that was on. It was part of the kit. Just like I don't have a problem.
That's what I was trying to say before, Lou. That's what I was trying to say before.
Yeah. Now, could they make a new production of the Hazard today with that and get away with it? Maybe not.
No.
Well, I disagree. I think though they can do it. I disagree.
You see, this
that would be the same. No, that would be the same as a Nazi airplane on World War II. They market it, they sell it, no problem.
No, Jack. What I'm saying is, could Warner Brothers make a new production of the Dukes of Hazzard today?
No.
Oh, you mean a TV show or a movie?
Yeah.
I think the movie's outdated. I don't. It's just the same. It's just the same as you can't do the TV show All in the Family all over again because that's not the era we're in.
Exactly.
Right. Here's an even better one. Could you do a new production of Hogan's Heroes?
No.
Probably not, but if they were doing it realistically, they wouldn't do any barracks.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I say times change and political realities change.
Well, you see, this is the thing. Realistically, guys, at the SEMA show this year, Dodge did reveal a brand new Charger that they called the General Lee. It was General Lee orange, and it had a Confederate flag on the hood. People were snapping up pictures of it like crazy.
And everything up till a month ago is fair game.
Yeah. And Dodge haven't even made a public statement about whether or not they're still going to sell the car. It's a one-off.
They'll wait for the heat to die down.
Yeah, exactly. They'll probably wait for the heat to die down and probably put it in, a commercial or two or whatnot.
You notice you don't see those Auto Trader commercials anymore.
Mm-hmm.
No.
It's just the place I'm working at now. My boss, you was talking about a pickup truck. I got a chuckle at that because my boss has a pickup truck. He has a Chevy 1500, piece of crap, and he's got a Confederate sticker on the back of his glass of his pickup with an American eagle and everything, and it's like, born by the Southern grace of God and all this whatnot, And thing is, he's never even been to a Southern state. It's from his dad and his granddad. You know, so
like
I mean, he's never even left Carbon County, Utah. So, you know, what does that tell you?
But going on what Lou was saying before, would they? We had a show over here
Mm-hmm.
called Kingswood Country.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this show, I will say this: this show was so atypical. Like the father fought in the war, the mother's a ditz, the daughter married a wog,
Mm-hmm.
and every time you saw the father, he
Mhm.
turns around and says, "Oh, bloody wog!" You could not say that today.
Mhm.
You could not say that today because the thing is, it would just be. It wouldn't go over the heads. It would be pulled. It would be pulled.
Well, I'm not going to hide anything. I got into an argument with someone at work. It was a delivery guy. He was black. He brought, a package in. It was damaged. I wasn't going to sign for it. He was getting pushy. I said, "Wait, look," and I said a derogatory word. I didn't call him, the N word. I called him something else, which means that in England. And he just looks at me like, "What?" Like he had no clue. And I called him a gollywog. I went, "Oi, gollywog, do yourself a favor, get the hell out of here."
I think this is a little more than I can even handle.
But anyway, see, that's the thing. In England, that a golly was actually a character on a series of jam jars. You could actually collect them. You took the label, you cut them out, and you sent them off, and they sent you a little rubber one,
That goes back to Enid Blyton's books, Noddy, Mr. Plod, and the Gollywogs, right?
Yeah, exactly.
They've been bitching about them for years and are nothing more than kids' stories.
Exactly. And
I'm just wondering what's this got to do with all modeling.
Well, I just...
Because I was getting to that because they sent them to you as an unpainted kit, and you had to paint them. And my sister always used to paint hers purple.
Sort of like the Teletubby purple. Is that what you're telling me?
Pretty much.
The purple Teletubby. No, I'm telling you, purple Teletubby is very controversial and will make kids gay. I'm telling you.
Oh,
because he carries a purse.
But
remember years ago? No, not again. This is outside of modeling, but I'm just going to say this though. Culture changes, but I think though, when it comes to the sanctity of model kits, that pulling decals because it's politically incorrect is stupid.
yes.
If you don't, hey, you know what? And if you looked at the latest boxes of the General League, you can't even see the roof. You can't see
That's the same on my 1/16 scale.
So, what's the problem? What's the problem? We all know what's inside. I don't think anybody's going to buy the model kit without knowing what it is and what it contains. They're not going to be shocked when they see it. They're not going to turn, different colors and pass out and die by looking at it.
They'll become better people just because they're making a model.
Yes,
Right.
exactly. It's aspiring.
So if you want to, pull the military insignias and the swastikas or whatever else you want to pull, go right ahead because I think Phil is right. You got to do it one. If you do it one, you got to do them all. That's all it is.
Yeah, as the old phrase, you don't tip your toe in the water. You go balls deep, or you go the fuck home.
That's right. And then if you want to put out the model kits, there'll be somebody around to do the decals for you. So here's the set of decals now. I thought I lost it.
Back to modeling. Back
to modeling. Yes, I want to express what
I'm actually doing a bit of a kit bash. I started this kit bash at the beginning of the year. I got the kit for my birthday, and I just haven't got around to touching it. But I'm sick and tired of everyone doing model kits of the spaceship Yamato. Okay.
Yeah.
So I am literally sick and tired of the spaceship freaking Yamato. I just want to find the guy who invented it and turn it into a well-lubricated object in a cavity. But needless to say, I've decided to go the opposite route. So I'm now making the spaceship Arizona, which is very similar to the Yamato, but I'm using an Arizona kit. Yeah. And I'm taking the turbine engines off an SR-71 Blackbird model kit I've got and whatnot. So I'm scratch building and doing a few other things, and I'm taking some advice from Carwin from some of his update videos about his Red Dwarf, about using certain putties and how to make your own really crappy, really horrible, stinky molds. And so I've got the kit down there, and I plan on making my own spaceship Arizona, basically.
But will it have a Confederate flag on it?
Yes, bloody well will.
You know, it was about a year ago. About a year ago, somebody posted a picture of the Millennium Falcon with the Confederate flag on it, looking like the General Lee.
Yeah,
Yep.
I've seen that.
I remember seeing that. Yeah.
Yep.
At that time, I thought it was amusing, and of course, today it's a no-no.
Rebel
So
scat.
anyhow, I haven't heard what Phil is working on. What are you working on, Phil? Now that we can hear you.
Oh, I've actually been doing something different this weekend. First time I've actually got to do a bit of modelling in a couple of weeks, and that's I'm working with photo etch. But this time I'm not swearing at it.
Does it help?
Yeah. So I'm putting the last of the railing on. Let me just cruise her.
You and your tiny models.
That's the Enterprise, isn't
I'm
it?
going to fall off the chair.
I feel like I'm watching
It's the Missouri. Isn't the Missouri, or what is it?
It's the CV8, the I can never
Hornet.
The Hornet, thank you. Heath always comes to the rescue. Yeah, the Hornet.
Hornet.
So,
Oh, I know a lot of things. I know a lot of things.
so it's had,
I
a,
mean a lot too.
had an undercoat, and the island is done. Although I dropped the island the other day and broke one of the yard arms, so I have to repair that. But it's almost close to putting it finally together, and then of course I've got all the guns to build. So still ways off, but it will go in the before I put the guns in. It will go in the diorama first, and the guns will go on last. So hopefully in the not too distant future, I'll have the diorama up and I'll be able to show you. I haven't posted any photos because I really haven't made much progress. So,
Phil, how do you display your very huge models?
oh, they're downstairs in the basement.
I mean, how much space do they take up? Because when you do a model, it's usually 3 feet long at least.
I know. I'm in trouble with this one. I don't know where to put it.
That's why Phil's got his back door open.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Missouri and the Hood are up on top of a cabinet, so I found a home for them. The PT-109 is basically sitting on a table, getting in my way because it takes up so much space. And this thing, when I do it in the diorama, is going to be 5 feet long and 24 inches wide. And I have no clue what I'm going to do with it. I think I'm going to have
Why?
I have an idea. You can ship it to everyone here. They can put it behind themselves so they can make it look like they actually know how to build models.
I like that idea. You know, cut up a little section of it and then ship it to certain people right behind us. So it literally looks like it stretches all the way across, all the way to Australia and whatnot. You know.
What a great idea! After 7 months of work, I'll just cut it.
Exactly. I mean,
once it's built, it's done. I mean, come on.
I've got to.
Not the destination.
I've got to admit, the last time I did a really large model kit like what you're doing, Phil, I got so mad at it, I picked it up and smashed it on the floor like I was Godzilla and walked away.
I have been so close. When I was trying to put the deck on, because you're supposed to build the deck in one piece and then attach it, and it was out by about, I would say, along the whole length, half an inch. So I ended up having to cut the flight deck up into 3 pieces just to get it on the model. So I very nearly threw the whole thing, and I thought, oh, geez.
I literally, if I could have flipped the table as well, I would have flipped the table as well and walked off. But unfortunately, I couldn't because the table wasn't mine; it belonged to my uncle. And he was like, "You spent how many hours just building this?" And I'm like, "It doesn't bloody matter why," because I picked it up and I was like, "Because of this," and I just smashed it on the ground, and my uncle turned white, and I just walked off, stomping on it, and walked away. And a couple of hours later, he's like, "Why were you so mad at it?" And I'm like, "Simply because," and I mean, I was like 12 at the time. I was like, "Because it's a bloody poo head. It's really awkward and hard, and I keep gluing my fingers together because you keep handing me super glue." And Nan keeps telling you to stop doing that. And my uncle, God rest his soul, came back, fixed the model kit, used balsa wood underneath it. It was an aircraft carrier. And fixed it with some balsa wood and some stripped styrene and finished the model off, and it looked absolutely beautiful. And he put it in a fish tank. It was so big it fit in a 6-foot fish tank, and it had some gravel and stuff in there. No fish, no water. It just put it in there for the lulz, and then put a lid on top of it with the halogen lights. You know? And people would always come to his house and sit there staring at his fish tank going, "Where's the fish?" just for the funnies, you know, just for the lulz. He'd look at him and say, "Oh yeah, there's this new really cool imported exotic fish called a translucent fish." And I'd stand there for like 20 minutes, you know, nose pressed against the glass. I still can't see him.
Every once in a while, a bubble comes out of nowhere.
You know, you just brought up something about where to put. I mean, if you have the space, you can get a fish tank to display. I do believe it's a 144 scale. I could be completely wrong. 144 scale flying sub in a fish tank. I think that would be pretty cool with real water.
Yep.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yep.
I think Phil nearly lost the plot when he was doing the Missouri, because I remember Phil saying one time when I was on the Hangout, he's saying, "I'm going to throw this thing."
Yep.
And he did.
Get a kiddie pool and put it out in the backyard with your battleships in it. It has to be an awful large kiddie pool, though.
I mean, you know what he could do? Actually, he could get like some Dixie cups and set them on his ships and do like real-life adult battle shots with freaking model kits.
I'm sorry, you can't call them Dixie cups.
No, you can't call them Dixie cups anymore. Dixie cups aren't Dixie cups anymore. So
I don't care.
They're cups of Southern origin.
yes, Dixie is
okay, the red cups of Southern origin. I'm just gonna screw you. They're pick Dixie cups, all right? Anyway, you can take those. You can put them on the ships and throw ping pong balls at them. And if they land in the cup, the person has to take a shot.
Are you from Liverpool?
No, I am not. I'm from England.
You're from England. Okay.
Liverpool is a separate country.
In Utah, among the Mormons. Nice.
I'll have you know, I am the one-eyed king in the land of the blind here, my friend. And I absolutely love it, because on a Sunday, I can stroll all the way to my post office, which is 2 blocks away, wearing my bathrobe, and no one even questions me.
Or why are you going to the post office on a day that is closed?
Exactly, because that's when the postmaster doesn't ask questions either. Otherwise, he's like, "Please cover up, I can see you winkle."
There's your one-eyed king again.
Like I said, I live here in the land of the blind, and I'm the one-eyed bloody king. That makes me king. But
hang on, wait a minute. The Mormons might come around and say, "Could you please cover up yourself?"
And I'll tell them, "No, stop repressing me. Religious suppression, because I'm Catholic." But no, long story short is I started working for a company that does a one-off movie prop stuff, and my boss is allowing me to 3D print my own stormtrooper suit.
Sweet.
From the new movie, from the new helmets and that, because he's got the 3D CAD designs from him and that. And so I'm going to be doing that, and I'm going to be going to Salt Lake Comic Con, which is going to be here in November. So I'll be going up there. I'll be going dressed as 3 separate characters. I'll be going as an admiral. I'll be going as an admiral from Battlestar Galactica, the new TV series. I'll be going as a stormtrooper, classic stormtrooper, and I'll be going as a new stormtrooper.
That's politically incorrect too. Sorry.
Fine.
Colin has lost that.
Anyway,
Danny,
I'll be going. Yes.
You and I have something in common. You know what that is?
What's that?
We're both mad about Star Wars.
Or you could take off the Star Wars button and say you're both mad.
All right. Fair enough.
Okay.
This just happens to be my coffee cup.
Aren't you a little too Australian to be a stormtrooper?
So,
This is Dave. He's my coffee cup, and this
Hello,
is
Dave.
he's my pencil cup.
rebel sympathizers are offended.
No, we don't do
Clone.
the rebel thing here. There's no rebels here. Trust me. My wife tried that once, and I almost had her executed. She soon learned the errors of her ways.
Oh well, Dave, I won't get long.
We don't do the rebel thing here. No, we run a tight ship in this household.
Yes, well, Danny, you and I won't get along because I'm a rebel sympathizer.
My other half runs a tight shit in his house, so.
No, I actually, that's the one thing. I actually have the damn model kit. I just haven't even touched it yet. I've got one of the original Star Destroyer model kits from the Strike Back series. The Empire Strikes Back series. It's still in the damn basement. I haven't even got to touch it yet, and it's got the fiber optic kit and that for it. I was going to finish building it. I'm going to finish building it, dangle it from my kitchen ceiling, and angle it towards the door. So when it comes in and you turn the light on, the starship's going to come up and everything. The first thing I'm going to keep saying is "good." Our first catch of the day. Shits and giggles, you know.
Well, speaking of the best catch of the day here, I want to also express what I'm trying to do. I don't know if I'm going to get to it this weekend because we're going to try to go see Jurassic World today. Our last attempts had failed because it sold out. Mm-hmm. So we're thinking Saturday morning very early because everybody's dead to the world pretty much then. Maybe not.
It's a good movie.
After the show, we're going to make an attempt to go see a Jurassic World. But with that being said, I am very far along on my X-Wing here. I'm about to put the guns on, but I'm going to put the guns on once they get their decals. Because next step is, okay, you sympathizers of the Republic, I'm sorry I'm showing this. That's offensive, I know. But what I find very interesting is that there's these really tiny decals there, like number 18 is the side of the indentation in the nose. So then I said, oh shoot, where's the canopy? Did I lose that too? Talking to you guys, it's in the bag with the decals. Amen. I didn't lose anything. Although, if you recall, there was a couple pieces missing, and I had to put a piece of styrene on the underside of this engine here.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You remember in the past? Guess what I found just now?
You found the
other part.
I found the parts, so I guess I got extra parts.
Speaking of X-Wings, do you know that there's actually alternate decal sets that you can get that turns your X-Wing into a Luftwaffe or an RAF pilot?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, there's a water bug on my desk.
Yep, and there's even one that turns it into a Russian Federation X-Wing as well.
There's one for the Viper too. I saw one.
I was actually going to say, so when's the Confederate flag going on that thing?
Well, I don't know if I'm going to put one on because it doesn't belong on the X-Wing, but I do want to say to all you out there in amazing plastic land, if you've got a car kit that's not working out for you like I have, or you want to make a car kit into a Mad Max build, we're going to get this done probably by the end of July. And I also want to make mention that Liam is offering to do the 2 shows in July, across the pond shows in July, because I'm going to take a break. And we're going to be doing those things. So this is the things that are going on in the community. I haven't made it official. I'm probably going to make an announcement after this weekend that we're going to do the Mad Max build. So all of you who are doing one, go ahead and do it. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be anything from the movie. If you want to do it out of the movie, go right ahead. And Liam is going to do the Beetle.
Yeah. It's got wings on it now.
As it's supposed to be built.
Someone's got a question.
Yes.
Does it have to be a car?
It doesn't have to be a car. It could be a military vehicle, or it could be a flying machine that hasn't appeared in the movie. I think the movie's terrible. They didn't include any flying machines in the new movie, whereas I think they did in the original. I could be wrong.
They had a gyrocopter in one of them, yeah.
Right. So I think, though, if you want to do a flying machine, sure, go right ahead, because the movie didn't have one.
It could be a tank. It could be a military repurposed vehicle. Anything.
Anything. And the
Hovercraft.
one thing I
Good,
like
because I'm going to be kick bashing a KV2, a Sherman Calliope, and a Mitsubishi Japanese Zero.
Oh, nice.
What?
Just
Nice.
for
I'd like to
just
see-
for the lulz. It's going to be a flying tank.
The Japanese plane could be pretty cool with its wings cut off with helicopter blades above it. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Actually, no. I was going to take the body of the plane and make it look like a Formula One race car with wheels.
A huge hovercraft would be nice.
Yeah, you could do that. Yeah, but that. Or I was going to take. I've got an extra ATST chicken walker. I was going to turn that into a Mad Max sort of style vehicle as well.
Oh, I get to
Because I literally just finished watching the movie.
You're bending genres there, man.
Hey, it's why not? I mean, come on. I mean, Mel Gibson wasn't in this Mad Max. They had Bane instead. Of course, yes. Why has he got Bane's voice? That's what done me. And when I first sat there, I had my popcorn, had my soda, took a sip, and the first words out of his mouth before he steps on that weird two-headed lizard, and I'm like, it's Bane. Am I watching Batman again?
Yeah.
And then the guy next to me starts chuckling. Every time he starts talking, I'm starting to go, of course, Batman. And everyone around me is laughing to the point where it's like a comical joke. And now everyone I talk to, they're like, yeah, it's basically just Bane. And what is he wearing in the beginning of the movie? A mask. Hello, Bane. I'm sorry, but the guy's destined to sound like Bane the rest of his damn life.
You're saying he's the bane of your existence, then?
Yes, he is. Oh, I see what you did there, my good friend. But yeah, he just, man, Tom Hardy, seriously, mate, if you ever watch this, stop doing the same freaking roles. You're gonna end up like Jason Statham.
You know what? But you know what? Last time we went to try to see Jurassic World, we did end up seeing Spy, and Jason Statham is in it. And I'll tell you what, he is so disgusting. But it's funny. The movie is pretty funny. I don't like comedy movies, but this one I did like. It's a spoof of the James Bond movies.
Yes.
It is pretty funny. I mean, if I'm saying it's funny, that means it's funny because I don't like comedy movies. I don't have a sense of humor. That's why.
I've seen the new Jurassic. I have seen the new Jurassic World, and I can honestly say one simple thing. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but it literally actually is an honest-to-God sequel.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is. That's what they're billing it as. Yes, sequel, original part.
Forget the fact that 2 and 3 ever existed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pretty much. No, what it is the main hero of the movie.
Oh, don't spoil it. Don't tell it. Let him.
No, I'm just going to say one simple thing. In the original movie, you saw a little boy talking about basically raptors were just giant chickens.
Yes.
And the main hero corrected him. That little boy is the main hero now. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, really?
Yes, it literally is an actual honest-to-God sequel.
Okay.
I looked that up. The name was Danny.
Yeah.
I looked it up. The actors from the original and the actors from the new one. That kid's name did not come up.
I did not make that connection.
It's actually him because you know, like in typical Marvel movies, after the credits roll, they show a little 5-minute clip. Well, after the credits rolled, you saw this guy talking about the original John Hammond, the actual guy who corrected him. And he goes, yeah, when I was a little boy, I kept calling them giant chickens, you know? And it dawned on me because I came home and I went right to my DVD collection and I'm like, Scarface, this, that, Jurassic Park. Put it in and I got right to that scene and I'm like, mind blown moment, you know?
Did you look at the actors' names? I did that to see who was from the original in the new one, and that kid's name is not there.
No.
I don't
think he's saying a character. He's saying a character.
Yeah, his name is just extra.
Oh, you're talking about the character, right?
Yeah, the character.
Chris Pratt did not. Chris Pratt did not be.
Yeah. No. Chris Pratt didn't play that kid. No, I'm just saying he's portraying that character.
Portraying that character.
The fact that he made a throwback to it, you know, afterwards, literally, I was like, mind blown.
No, I didn't even pick that up. I've got to watch it again now.
You know something, though? I've got to say to the model companies, make either a resin or a vinyl kit of one of the dinosaurs. Like one of the
Absolutely.
Yeah, actually.
Maybe around too, haven't
I know we've gone on about political correctness too much this week, but there was something I read this week that I thought was interesting on the toys for Jurassic World. They are all referring to all of the dinosaurs as he, when in the movie they're very explicitly referred to as being female.
Yes.
And there's a big controversy over the fact that they're politically correcting the toys because they don't think that anybody would buy toys of female characters.
Interesting. I thought you said the word she-male. You mean they're all trannies?
No.
Technically, yes. Technically, yes. Well,
that all the dinosaurs
according to the first movie, they spliced the dinosaur's DNA with that of frog so it could change its sex if there was too many.
But they're all designed to be female.
Yeah. So yeah, they're all technically trannies.
And Pratt's character does refer to the raptors as female.
Yes.
Clever girl and all that.
I don't know. It came up that I think it was Dirk Pitt took a picture of a egg. I think a lizard laid, and he thought the lizard was male. And somebody did chime in and said there are lizards out there that can change sex. And
right. That was the whole plot twist of the first movie. That was Malcolm saying life finds its way and all of that.
That's right. They made all the dinosaurs inherently female, but apparently the DNA from a frog made them change sex so they can reproduce.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. So did they carry that theme through the sequel?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
The main villain dinosaur is actually female in the new movie.
Well, all of them are.
Yeah, well, females can be pretty good villains. I think sometimes even better than male villains.
Yes, just ask Pierce Brosnan in his last James Bond movie. Yeah.
I see. Will Darth Vader ever change his gender? Let's ponder that. Let's ponder that bizarre thought there. Thanks for showing up, everyone, for the amazing Plastic Across the Pond Hangout. I got to say, this is probably the most politically incorrect show we've done. Coming up next month in July, so far Liam offered to do, because I need a break from this, the 11th and the 25th. Those are both Saturdays. And Liam, thank you for offering, because he's a nice guy. He's really talented, much more talented than I am.
He looks shaky.
He already said he'll do it, Jack. Go on.
So, Liam, thank you.
Check in the post.
Like I said, I told you he looks like a shady.
Just remember, I may not be showing up, but I'll be watching. Anyway. Thanks, Danny, for stopping in.
Not a problem, man. Thanks for inviting me. Thanks for inviting me. You're awesome.
Yeah, I haven't seen you in a bit, and I'm glad you're well, and you're working. That's great.
Yeah, I've been so busy working, guys. I really am sorry that I haven't been posting anything. I haven't even put any YouTube videos up. But like I said, I've been really incredibly busy working. And some of the things I've been working on are under NDAs, and I can't even talk about them. Unfortunately, because they're for movies that are coming out and stuff. So
that's fair. I mean, thank you for stopping by.
That's a nasty habit of getting in the way of fun, doesn't it, Danny?
Yes, it does. You either have no job and no money, and you want stuff, or you have a job, have money, have no time to buy the stuff.
That's right. That's right. Even I just say this to some people in the community, because you're not model building. If you have an interest, you got ideas, you always can join in on the Hangouts. Yep. Thanks, Denny. And Phil.
Glad I could help.
And Phil, I haven't seen you a bit either. It's good to see you're doing well and working on the Hornet.
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, I had this suffering from the same disease as Danny. Work has been a bore for the last 3 months, and a few other personal issues going on, which I'll fill you in on offline. But it's been great to be here, and it always talking to you guys. It always fires me up to do a bit on the model, even though I'm doing the parts.
Same here.
Boy, Danny, that ailment I have too. So thanks for spreading the disease.
You're welcome. I'm like an STD there is no cure for.
Thank you, Heath, for staying up late. We'll see you tomorrow on a Sunday Hangout. Okay.
Oh, it's not late, mate. If it's 1:30 in the morning, that's late. It's only 10:37 right now. That's okay. I've had my coffee and I'm buzzing.
Coffee sounds good for me, my friend. I mean, I've got to go to bed here in about an hour, so yeah.
Thanks, James, for stopping by too.
Oh, you're welcome there, Jack.
Love
You're
what you've been
always a
doing, by the
voice.
way, James.
You're always a voice
the
from
Bismarck.
darkness. Thank you.
Love the Bismarck, my friend. Absolutely love
Yeah,
what you've been doing with that
Bismarck
thing.
is great.
Thank
Just
you.
It is.
jaw dropping,
And of
man.
course,
Like I said, it's been a fun build.
lastly, Lou, thank you for your piece of the pie as far as the latest controversy. That I really agree with you, but I don't quite express it the way you do. So. And this is Scratch and Jack, your host for the Amazing Plastic Hangout. Tomorrow night is the Sunday Hangout. Join us then. And until then, happy modeling, everybody, and stay out of trouble.
Oh, well.
Have a good day.
Bye.